Mark Duda with us here in the John Mendola Show at Arcaro and Janelle. We're talking about the Lackawanna College Falcons football team. And Coach, another weekend, another win. Always feels pretty good. Nassau Community College, they came to play. You guys, you showed them what football was at. That second half really was the difference.
Yeah, they're a good football team. You know, they came out this year. They beat Georgia Military, a really perennial power, and they beat DuPage as well, and came in 5-2. Super psyched up for the game. Those guys, they really went all out. They played a great first half against us, I thought. It was 17-12, I think, in the first half. Second half, our guys kind of got it together, and we ended up 48-18, and kind of moved along. It was good.
You guys, the quick start is always good. It's always good to get tested a little bit. Hey, this team's coming back on us. They threw out every gimmick they possibly could, and a bunch of those gimmicks worked for them. Credit to them. But then the halftime speech, I don't know how much you had a chat with them, but they came out and they responded to these Falcons.
You know, sometimes teams will get a little surprise in a half, and they'll come out and they'll be sad in the locker room. These guys were just angry, and they were angry. They felt like it was they had been fooled for the most part. So physically, we knew that we had a pretty good football team. And we went out in the second half, and the offense took that opening kickoff, went down there and punched it in. And then a series of things happened along the way. I mean, there was 5 interceptions in the game, 3 for a touchdown for us. I haven't had that in my whole career. Happened before. And I think we dominated the football game as time went along. So it just testament to our kids and how tough they are. We've been down in games before. We've had close games before. The kids just keep on playing, so it's wonderful.
A couple weekends in a row with these pick sixes. And the way some of these things went, I mean, the one ricochet rabbits off the player, and your guy gets it, takes it in, and then you had the big Newton kid is taking one in. That was pretty cool.
You know, I think pressure and sacks and interceptions go together. And so what happens, we lead almost every category as far as sacks go. So quarterbacks are throwing tight windows, they're throwing before they want to throw, they're throwing under duress, and our defensive backs have great, ability to catch the ball and go to distance with it. So I'm thinking if you watch their quarterback, pretty good player, I thought. But he hit about 25 times. And sooner or later, it's going to start to wear on you, and then you're going to start to make some bad decisions, early decisions on football. So, 5 picks, what a game changer that was.
Well, their first guy got knocked out of the game. Their second guy, he got hit pretty hard. He was limping over the sideline. That defense, I mean, you guys got players all over there, just physical.
We run so well. I think that what makes us a little bit different, I watched a play where Greg Rose, one of our defensive ends, one of the receivers caught a ball in the flat, and Greg just ran over and tackled him. I mean, had the ability to actually run and tackle a receiver in the open field. That's how fast he is. So we can make some mistakes on defense and make up with speed, and that allows those drives to continue and those guys to make some mistakes along the way. I think in the past we haven't been as fast. If you make a mistake, it's a touchdown. So it's really hard to score against us that way.
You look at the dynamics, and we were talking a little bit during the game. You talk about a guy like the Steelers and T.J. Watt's like 6'5", 230. So you got a guy who's say like 6'1", 215. Then you got a guy like Fadarius Payne who's like 6'2", 270. You got different type of bodies, and it doesn't matter. They're going to beat you. They're going to hit you. They're going to beat you with speed. They're going to beat you with physical aggression.
We're powerful. For instance, Brooks, you mentioned number 15, is super fast. He probably runs under 4.6. And so, but he can play a lot of different positions. He plays linebacker. He plays defensive end. And so the matchups are really good. You get a matchup against maybe a bigger, slower tackle. Kid can't lay a glove on him. Then Fadarius is a big physical guy, but he's got great quickness. And so, we have a lot of things to handle defensively. So when you look at us, it's not an easy block. Execution is very difficult. And if you do make mistakes on us, when they make you pay for touchdowns. And so I think we had like 8 or 9 interceptions for touchdowns this year.
I think back-to-back weeks, 3 and 3, just unbelievable. But again, we go back to there, and they'll have a receiver or two, and you and I talk about this sometimes week to week. That I wonder where that guy's going. Like that, their number one was a pretty good player. He's probably going somewhere good, but you guys match up well. He's going to catch a few balls. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you're not going to shut people down. I mean, I think this conception that you're going to walk in with 0 yards and 0 catches, I think that's a misconception. They threw the ball 47 times. Okay, but I think what you're going to do is limit the damage when they do those things and try to keep them out of the end zone. And then our offense, which is formidable in their own self, comes back in with good field position, and then you end up scoring. We start the game by blocking a punt. Okay, we've done a lot of that this year as well, and the guys did a great job. And then we got the ball on a 6-yard line. Well, our offense is going to score a touchdown. Now it's 7-0 before really the defense has a chance to even play against our offense. So our offense has been very, very good at taking balls in short field and put them in the end zone. And that's fantastic because then more and more pressure comes on people. Great kicking game. Our kicker, obviously, you can hit it from anywhere. So we're always going to get 3, and those 3s add up too. So it's been really a balanced kind of football team this year.
Running backs, I'm going to go up and down. All right, this guy runs this way, he goes that way, he cuts a little bit more. He's a little faster, a little bigger, a little strong. Again, great talent in that backfield. And every guy kind of gets a little version. Okay, you're going to play 12 plays in a row, or you're going to play a quarter, whatever it is,
Sure.
It works.
They're super solid, and there's a lot of them, and they get injured as the season goes on, and they start feeling better. So sometimes we'll have 2 healthy ones out of 5. But as we go along, we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're very confident in those kids. They're all good football players. So we'll go out there and play them in any situation. You'll see guys you won't see for a quarter. You'll see them, play the biggest drive of the game, score a touchdown. So I think for our purposes, it's really important that we have a little bit of depth in those positions because they're very physical positions. So we try to recruit depth and get guys like Hall and those guys, the Bowling Green guy, get guys that we know are super players, and then use them. They'll all get recruited from here because they have enough tape to get recruited, but they'll all help us win because they'll be there down the stretch.
The maturation of that offensive line, talk about as the season has gone on, and just seems like that the running game's been a little better every week after
they
week.
get better all the time. There are 5 individual kids. We have a true freshman at the right tackle in Durkin that that rarely happens here. You'll meet Dorsey here in a second, who's an older guy, thank God, helps us a little bit. But we're all just different guys. And it takes a while to get those guys together. Remember, we lost 8 Division I players at that position last year. 8. Okay, that's unheard of even in junior college. So those guys all left, and these guys came in. It took them a little while to get it going. But they got great assistance from our tight end, Samir Parks, and those guys who have great ability. So they have a lot of help. But they are gelling as an offensive line now. And they're formidable. You watch them now, they make very few mistakes. They get a hat on a hat. All those 3-yard runs are becoming 8-yard runs.
Well, Coach Duda, always great to talk with you. We wish you the best this coming weekend. New Jersey Warriors are in town. We wish you the best.
Thank you so much. 2 o'clock in Scranton morning.